可以看到目前整个的剧本仍旧在。
The May-long weekend is usually the unofficial start to summer, but not in Gander, Newfoundland. A freak snowstorm there obliterated every record they have. More than 60 centimeters fell on Gander this weekend, and as Ross Lord reported...
The town of Gander is used to freakish weather now and then, but nothing like this. At a time when summer is supposed to be approaching, a snowstorm that would be unusual even in the dead of winter. 69 centimeters, the largest snowfall ever for this time of year, and 5 times what Gander normally gets in the entire month of May.
We've been keeping records in Gander for 75 years or more, and we've never seen this much of snow this late in the season.
A Russia town is cleaning up from a tornado that blew through last night, leaving streets littered with debris. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, but at least 20 people were injured. The twister ripped through a town around 120 miles south of Moscow. Officials said up to 200 homes and 100 cars were damaged. Weather experts say the tornado was caused by unusually high temperatures for May.
Hundreds of people have been evacuated from their homes after heavy rain caused flooding in southeastern Norway. In Nesbyen, a mudslide reached homes and filled some basements with water. Roads and rail services have also been affected by the bad weather.
Heavy rain and melting snow causing rivers to overflow has forced hundreds of people out of their homes in eastern Norway. In London, Amsterdam, Frankfurt and Paris, temperatures are between 5 and 10 degrees lower than expected at this time of year. The snowplows are still being used in the Alps.
Now to our other breaking story. Aftershocks keep rocking Northern California after a moderate earthquake shook the northeastern part of the state tonight. It was felt as far south as Napa. The magnitude 5.7 quake hit just before 9 this evening near Greenville. That's in the Sierra east of Redding, about 230 miles northeast of San Francisco. And take a look at the surveillance video as the quake hit. This is a grocery store in Greenville. More than a dozen aftershocks have followed, ranging from 2.5 to 3.5. One woman described how the quake felt near the epicenter.
SGS feed of the most recent earthquakes. And you can see it, this movement continues down here in Tonga. 7.4 magnitude and now 6.5 magnitude.
Welcome back. Let's now take a look at the weather. Torrential rains have been battering many parts of China since Saturday night. 34 local monitoring stations reported record rainfall. At least 50 millimeters fell in 9 provinces in central and south China overnight, with some areas recording as much as 100 millimeters. Authorities have issued emergency warnings, and forecasters say it is rare to see such strong rains in May.
In this village in southwest China's Chongqing, a 2-story house was hit by rockfall.
Now, across the country, here's a picture on that. Flooding, rockfalls and landslides have all been reported. On Saturday, landslides triggered by rain killed 7 people, including 3 children, and injured 12 people in a village in Shanxi province.
Two women have been killed in San Antonio as torrential rain triggered floodwaters so strong they swept cars off bridges and forced the rescue of over 100 people. The rainwater, which brought flash flood warnings across South Texas, inundated a number of major thoroughfares and even collapsed the roof of an apartment building.
The floodwater is so powerful, reaching 12 inches in some areas over 24 hours.
The images that tell the story, the extreme weather tonight. In fact, this image right off the top from South Texas, that is a crossing signal there. The water 10 feet up the pole, and tonight countless rescues being reported. And then this, in the northeast, this image from upstate New York, Wilmington, Whiteface Mountain, and an incredible 36 inches of snow. In fact, the snowbanks are nearly 5 feet high in that image.
In New England, it's almost June, and it's snowing. At least 3 feet of snow fell on Whiteface Mountain in New York. In Killington, Vermont, the skis were back on. And in New Hampshire, the deck chairs meant for enjoying a spring barbecue buried in snow.
You know that expression about the planets being aligned? Well, they were this weekend, a rare show in the skies. Venus and Jupiter, the two brightest, joined by Mercury in a triangle they call a triple conjunction in the astronomy business.
Dramatic video to show you a storm chasing team was caught inside a powerful tornado. This happened yesterday afternoon in northern Kansas. The crew believes those winds hit 175 miles an hour.
And another tornado touched down in southern Nebraska last night. No one was hurt there. In Iowa, days of heavy rain have led to major flooding, and there could be more wet weather on the way.
Oh, Madonna. Madonna.
A rare tornado hits the northeastern outskirts of Milan.
Ci vengono addosso sta roba qua? No, non è possibile.
Such was the ferocity of the twister that lorries were left overturned, trees uprooted, and buildings destroyed. Fortunately, there were no casualties.
Questo è proprio